Hey everyone, Kyle once again. Welcome back to another movie review. And just really quick, really quick about mention about the Broncos winning the 50th Super Bowl. When I watched it, I was very happy that they won. And just want to mention that again. So congrats to the Denver Broncos on winning the 50th Super Bowl. So I just figured I'd wear that, because I wanted to do a video after when the game was over, but never got a chance to. So, give my short little congrats right here, because that's why I wear it sometimes. And if people notice, then the video is me wearing a Denver Broncos hat and see a solid pendant on my wall. Obviously knows I'm a fan though. So I just want to quickly get that out of the way. But moving on to the next movie review. Now, this one, I would say is one of, okay, what I'm reviewing is, I would say, my favorite Adam Sandler film, because, and I said before about Adam Sandler, about the films he's done of recent years, and I just wish that, like it with Pixels, Jack and Jill, That's a Boy, I Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, and all those other films he has done. They have not been funny no more. It's the same way with Johnny Depp and stuff. And I just wish he can go back and do films like he did back in the '90s and stuff. So what I'm reviewing is I would say I wish it was the first Adam Sandler I grew up watching and always have enjoyed. It's the same with my brother. Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore, that was released in 1996, in February 1996. So yeah, this will be like 20 years, really exactly 20 years since Happy Gilmore came out. And I don't remember. I think there's gonna be a special edition or anything, like a 20th anniversary edition of this film. And, and I was gonna plan to review like a. It's 2016, and there's a few films I don't want to review for the 20th anniversary from 1996 and stuff. So, and which, by the way, another film that I absolutely love came out when this film was released, because when this film came out on February 16th, and the film debuted #2 by one film that was #1 again in its second weekend. And that was Broken Arrow. Really enough, yeah, Broken Arrow was #1 in the second weekend, which this one came out #2 at. So, and I absolutely love Broken Arrow, and I want to review that film sometime for the 20th anniversary. There's a lot of films that came out in 1996 that are now, it's gonna be 20 years. I want to review, and why not start a review with this one? So Happy Gilmore, like I said, with Adam Sandler and his films, I wish he can do Adam Sandler films. Like I enjoy Billy Madison, this film, The Wedding Singer, Bulletproof. I think is an underrated one of his, with him and Damian Wayans and Scott Caan. I think that one's an underrated one. I really do like that one. And then it came onto the later ones, like The Water Boy. If I remember, I found was like 50-50 on it, but I have to rewatch that film again. Big Daddy, Little Nicky, Mr. Deeds. Mr. Deeds. I think I remember liking that one. Mr. Deeds, Little Nicky, so, but The Longest Yard remake with him and Chris Rock. My brother absolutely loved that. My brother absolutely loves that film, and I'll watch it. And I think I do remember liking that one as well. And then there's some drama ones that he has done that I thought was decent. Like Reign Over Me was him with Don Cheadle. I thought that was a decent drama that he did. But then later on, him doing really these comedies, I think they're just not funny no more. I just don't know what happened. It's just I have now pronounced you Chuck and Larry. Grown Ups, especially the Grown Ups 2 is much worse than the first one. Jack and Jill, that was just absolutely horrendous, horrific. That's My Boy, Grown Ups 2, Blended, Pixels, like I said, Pixels. Bedtime Story, even though Bedtime Stories, that was a Disney film, I thought was like kind of like the same, but. And I have no interest in him. No interest there. He has that that was a Netflix show, a Netflix mini series called The Ridiculous Six. Which I have zero interest in. Which I look right up. That film got banned by critics. I think it has like a 0%. I remember. Shows how horrible it is how it is. But for Happy Gilmore, I really do. I always enjoyed. And especially for comedy which I remember, which a lot of people know, another golf comedy. I remember Caddyshack. I have to watch Caddyshack again because I always remember liking Caddyshack too. I know that the sequel sucked though, but I have to watch Caddyshack because that's always been a classic comedy film. But it's also a comedy golf film, so same as this one. And I wasn't sure if I want to put Happy Gilmore ahead of Caddyshack or the other way around. Not entirely sure about that though. But when the film came out, it did fairly well at the box office. Made like about 40-some million. I think on its minimum budget was like 12 million. So it did fairly well. And the film did get some positive reviews. Has a 7.0 on IMDb and has a solid 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think I would give it a higher rating on Rotten Tomatoes than that. The film won an MTV Movie Award for Best Fight because I'm sure everyone by now in Happy Gilmore the best fight is when him fighting with Bob Barker. I'm sure everyone knows that by now. And yeah, so the film won an MTV Movie Award for Best Fight for that scene. And it was also directed by Dugan, who used Adam Sandler for a lot of his movies. Like, of course, like the ones like Jack and Jill, Billy, the Water Boy and Mr. Big Daddy, Mr. D, whatever. But yeah, so he used Adam Sandler in a lot of his films, and he's also in the film as well. He's the character of Doug, who's the commissioner of the Pro Golf Tour. So he's in it. So the director is in it as well as that character. And of course, one of the memorable roles play for the villain, Shooter McGavin, played by Christopher McDonald, which I think was always been a sort of funny, hilarious villain. And Carl Weathers as Chubbs. And the story is it shows like an early film year, the early years of Happy Gilmore growing up with him becoming I'm sure everyone knows what the film was about, but when he was a kid, he loved hockey because his dad loved hockey, and at one hockey game he got hit by a golf puck and died. So he was sent to live with his grandma's. And he developed a little bit of a short fuse, like he said, and he wanted to play hockey so much, and now fast forward to the present time. He was denied a chance to play the hockey team. Sorry, and then. The next day that his grandma he finds out that his grandma is gonna lose her house because she hasn't paid her taxes for a long time, so she's gonna lose her house, and he has like 90 days to collect this amount of money. So temporarily, he's gonna put her in a nursing home run by this manager played by Ben Stiller, who is uncredited who's uncredited in the role in the film. But Ben Stiller is the orderly at this nursing home, and he's kind of like the jerk in this because he's treating all the elders like crap, like making them like when Adam Sandler leaves, she tells the grandma's like, I think you should drink a tall glass of shut the hell up. You see this? You're in my world now, Grandma. So then while the movers were moving they're gonna play a little bit of golf on the front lawn, but and they make a bet well, first they said you hit the ball past my ball and we'll go straight back to work so you can watch a precious hockey game. So he takes the club and just whacks the ball. It goes very far, all the way like to the house, like at the very end of the street. And they say, "Oh, that house is like 400 yards away." And he goes, "Is that good?" It's unbelievable. So they give him another golf ball, and he swings it and hits the guy in the head. And one of the guys like, "You hit that guy. He shouldn't have been standing there." So he hits the ball one more time. Hits the woman that's on the upper window. She falls off the roof, which gets hit by the golf ball. So then he gets the idea that he wants to start making money by playing golf, and then introduces to Chubbs Peterson, played by Carl Weathers, who sees Happy's impressive golf swing. And then he goes into the cage, the batting cage, and starts toughing himself up to letting himself get hit by baseballs. It's like, oh yeah, bring that shit on, man. Oh, that hurt a little, but I'm all right. So then he talks with Chubbs and saying that he wants him to play golf and wants to offer him a chance to play on the pro tour. And he was also about Chubbs that he has a wooden hand because when he was playing a golf game, he got his hand bitten off by an alligator, and he tore one of the alligator's eyes, like he shows that he has. And another funny one where Adam Sandler actually hits his wooden hand off, and a truck runs it over. And then he finally begins to go to this tournament because Chubb said there is money involved in it, and thinking that he needs the money to help out his grandma to help save the house. So he enters this tournament and introduces he's introduced to Shooter McGavin, played by Chris McDonald. Julie Bowen plays Virginia, as who does all the coordinations on stuff for the golf tour. And first he doesn't know he originally doesn't know there's a kid who's his cabbie. He didn't know who he was. He goes and pushes him. Or one instance where he was just standing in the way where one golfer was supposed to go, and he's standing in the way, and the guy's like, "Get out of the way," and goes and tells the young guy, he says, "Where were you on that one, dipshit?" See, this is the Adam Sandler film that made me laugh. Now, for all the recent films, he's not attempting trying to make his films funny no more. Has to do more of the crude jokes and all that stuff, though. I mean, Pixels I thought it was a waste of an idea, a really cool idea. Even though I like the action scenes and the special effects, it's just Adam Sandler once again. Just made the film not funny again. It's just, if anyone gets what I'm saying, I'm sure some people feel the same way though. But if anyone wants to watch Adam Sandler back in like the '90s, watch this film or Billy Madison or The Wedding Singer, or even Bulletproof. I think that's an underrated one of his. So he's going through, shows him going through the tournament, swinging, getting all these long drives, And then he comes up to the first where he gets when he gets up to the first hole, he keeps on missing and missing. And there's this guy giving him crap. He's like, "Is this guy kidding? This is pathetic." And the guy goes and takes the rips off his shirt and goes and gives him a punch. But then eventually goes on to wins the tournament because he thought of his he keeps saying he think of his grandma, so he wins the tournament. Chubbs over him at the end. Chubbs advises him that he has to do a little bit more training before he goes into the Pro Tour, but he knows that he needs the money right now to help out his grandma, so he needs to. So he says no to that. And it cuts back to the old nursing home where Ben Stiller is still giving a crap to the elderly, and he's telling his grandma to keep her mouth shut, but what he's because Happy Gilmore is there, and behind his back he's telling his granny to be quiet about what he's doing, because he's doing like this, or another one he's like this. So, and then he goes to this golf party. Shooter McGavin tells him to go and wait on the end of this certain hole, but dressed nicely. But then the sprinklers come on. It was a little joke though, because after all this, because Shooter McGavin is starting to lose his game because he's getting all the attention and stuff. So he's as what Virginia said to him, he feels threatened by you. So, so he goes on to the start of the professional golf tour. He runs into one of his old boss, Mr. Larson, played by Richard Kiel. Remember, Richard Kiel played Jaws in the James Bond films, which he's now passed away, sadly. And I showed that I got an autograph from him. And he has a nail stuck in his head because at the beginning of the film, it showed when Happy Gilmore working at a construction site, he shot a nail gun and it pierced his head. So it still shows he still has a nail in his head. It's like, oh, don't be alarmed, Mr. Gilmore. I know we have problems, but I'm truly proud of you. And he asks, how's that thing feeling? Oh, terrific. The nail comes out next week, and Gilmore is like, oh, you can hardly even notice it. Oh, actually, no. Actually, no. That I went too far ahead. I went too far ahead about that. No, when we first starts on the tour, he misses and he starts cussing. Well, you hear it on the TV, it's censored. Like, fuck my man, and it's a beep beep. Yeah, that part what comes out later. I went too far ahead. So, but he starts to doing pretty well. But then he starts losing it a bit. Late at the end, he barely makes the ball in the hole. He's like, getting mad at the golf ball, and then the commissioner, played by the director, Dennis Dugan, he wants him out though, but Virginia tells him to, like a lot of people, he's getting a lot of the Happy Gilmore is getting all these ratings and stuff, whatever, from other places, and they really like that, but if he changes up on his behavior, he can stay. And it goes to the TV, it goes back to the TV, he's like, throws a guy down, he's like, this and this, I thought so that's what that I thought was funny back when I first saw it. I thought that was funny. So then Virginia goes and talks to him. Well, first he talks with Shooter and friends and was like, oh yeah, oh I see you do that, and he's like, Bracewell's like, let's do it. Hey, I'm out of the golf course. But Virginia tells him he needs to tone it down on his behavior, otherwise he's gonna get kicked out. So, and then we skip to the part where we met Mr. Larson. So then he starts when he's doing more of the doing good at golf, and he's toning down on his behavior a bit, and also with his caddy, everyone mentioned his caddy Otto, who's a homeless person, so he makes him his caddy, and the show starts that he's winning tournaments, he's getting big checks, piling up so they can raise money to help save his grandma's house, and Shooter is getting less of the attention than is because of Happy Gilmore, and it's a little bit of a distraction to him. And he's talking to Doug, saying that this man is destroying golf, and he needs to be kicked out because this is what he's doing is not right and stuff. So, and of course he plans to get him out, kicked out himself. So, and then it goes to where takes Virginia out on a date, skating on an ice rink and stuff. And then it goes to the next turn. That's when he introduced these. It's a celebrity pairing, so he's paired up with Bob Barker. And then there's this other guy who's giving him crap. Like, "Hey, Happy, you suck, you jackass," which is played by Joe Flattery. I mispronounced his last name. If I remember a while back when I did my review for the Sesame Street movie, Follow That Bird. He was the guy who was one of the sleazy crooks with Dave Thomas and that phony carnival. And Follow That Bird. That's the guy who says you suck, you jackass. That's the guy who's with Dave Thomas and that when I did my review of the Sesame Street movie, Follow That Bird. So yeah, and you can check back on that review. So him keep on saying that it's totally distracting him, it's throwing off his game, and now because of that he lost Kim Barber all the way down to the bottom of the list, and that's where you get one of the most famous fights and one of the most famous comedy fights, where he gets in the fight with Bob Barker. Bob Barker is kicking his butt, and of course when he says, Kevin Gilmore says, "The price is wrong, bitch," and then kicks him, knocks him out, and says, "I think you had enough." "No, now you had enough, bitch." That's I thought that was one of my definitely perhaps anybody their favorite part of the movie is when he fought Bob Barker, and because of this he's been suspended, so he's not trying to tell him, "I need this because I'm going to save my grandma's house." So he thought he made enough money because doing this Subway commercial, because that's another thing, he likes Subway. And by the time he gets to Grandma's house, it's being auctioned off, and the buyer, of course, is Shooter McGavin. He's doing this to threaten him to get so he doesn't play any more golf. So, but he makes a bet with him, saying that if I beat you, I get the house back. If you beat me, I'll quit. And then he's like, "Oh, you're on, pal. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast." And he's like, "You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?" And he's like, "No." So then he goes to see Chubbs, wants to teach him how to, play golf again. So they go to this mini golf land. He's doing horrible. And look at this is where with this clown, he's like, that blocks with his teeth. He's like, he's like, "I hate that clown." And when he makes it in, the clown spits it out and laughs again. He's like, "You're gonna die, clown." So he goes back to the next one where this one building falls down and blocks his path. So Chubbs gives him a bit of advice, just how to calm down, and is to think of your own little happy place in your mind. So he thinks of his own little happy place, and he's able to make the shot. So then he goes back to his apartment, and Chubbs gives him a gift, which is like a putter that's shaped like a hockey stick. And so then, and of course, and when his gift to him is when he killed the gator, like earlier in one of the tournaments, a golf ball. The gator took his golf ball and he's like, "Give me my ball, give it here!" So he jumps in the water and goes and beats the crap out of it. So his gift to Chubbs is like, "Remember the gator that got your hand? I got his head," and that scares him and falls out the window to his death. So and so goes to that. There's the memorial for Chubbs, and he's like, "First my dad, now Chubbs. Anybody I get close to dies. If I were you, I run." So, and then Shooter comes over. He's like, "Congratulations, Murr. You killed the golf legend." And so, and then when he's like, Happy's like, "That's why I'm gonna beat your ass on the course." And then Shooter's like, "Yeah, right. Grizzly Adams had a beard." And I think one of the guy says, which he popped up every now and again, says, "Grizzly Adams had a beard." And I think it's if I remember what this guy was. I think he was also a professional golfer. I can't remember. I'm just looking this. I think his name was Lee Trevino. I think it was. Yeah, if I remember. Yeah, I believe that was his name, Lee Trevino. Yeah, he's the one who says Grizzly Adams had a beard, and then Shooter walks away. It's like. So then the final tournament begins. It shows him doing very well and making holes, and then he really surely realizes he's losing, so he calls up the guy that was giving crap during that tournament with Bob Barker. So he goes and gets his car and goes and hits him, runs him over, and crashes into the tower. He says, "Ha ha ha, jackass!" So that injures Happy Gilmore's shoulder, so he is not able to hit the long drive, and it's messing up his concentration. Try goes to his happy place, but it gets messed up because Shooter's in it. So then later his grandma comes and he goes back to find his ball because it was into the woods. He goes back to his happy place again. This time Chubb's in it playing the piano. He's like, "Chin up, Happy. No need to worry about me. I got my hand back. See." So that gives him a big confidence boost, and he starts playing good again. And it's starting once again messing up Shooter McGavin again. And one of the crowds does big beach ball, and it's like, "Damn you people! This is golf, not a rock concert." So, and it comes up to the final hole. Happy Gilmore makes his shot good close to the hole, but then Shooter hits his ball into the crowd, which lands on Mr. Larson's foot. He's like, so he tries to hit it off his foot, which he does, and Mr. Larson's like, "That's two, that's far, Shooter. Oh, you can count, good for you. And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot." And the whole crowd is going like, "Ooh." And of course, when I show them my autograph, that's what he wrote on my autograph, saying, "See you in the parking lot." And of course, what I forgot to mention, when he took one of Shooter McGavin's golf clubs and bends it, he's like, "Hey, Shooter, haven't you forgot your 9-iron?" Yeah, that's if you remember, my autograph was a picture of him bending Shooter's golf club. So, so he goes and he knocks his ball into the hole, and just when Shooter is about to hit his ball, people have been climbing onto the tower. The guy crashed his car into it, falls down in front of it. So he decides to make the shot anyway. So it's like a different representation when he did it at the mini golf course. So goes on to the falls. He uses it, bounces off the car onto the tower, sort of rolls, and you see the crowd. They're doing this, following the ball where it goes, and it finally pops out and then makes the hole. And Shooter is like, "No!" And he goes to steal Happy's golden jacket, and and then Mr. Larson goes and chases him down, and so is the fan crowd. And he's trying to put out his golden jacket, and you see Larson you hear it off screen. You see him he's beating his ass down. It's like, "I will get you, Shooter. Stay still." So then ends with him going back to his grandma's house. Now everything's been paid up and such, and even the guy Otto has been, because I guess he's gonna live there as well, because he gets all the things that he did. So I guess now he's gonna live there as well. And then as about to toast to Chubbs, and he sees Happy Gilmore sees him in the sky with the alligator and randomly Abraham Lincoln, just randomly. So then it ends with them and just all walking up into the house. So I always enjoy this movie. This is film growing up. This film always made me laugh. I would still say it's always been my favorite Adam Sandler movie. I would do agree by this, by the New York Daily News. 3 stars, the funniest golf comedy since Caddyshack. Absolutely do agree with that because I mentioned about Caddyshack. Um, I always enjoy Happy Gilmore. I just wish Happy Gilmore would go back and do the things that the films that he did back in the '90s. Like I said before, Billy Madison, um, The Wedding Singer, Bulletproof. I would even say even The Water Boy. I would say, which I have to rewatch again though. But those films they did like I would say maybe like what '94 through I would say up to '98, '99. I would say, and it's such a shame. I mean, it's just like it's the same way with Johnny Depp. I wish he would go back and do like the films he would do, back in the '90s and stuff. So, but for Happy Gilmore, I think Adam Sandler did a good job playing Happy Gilmore. The other cast members, Carl Weathers as Chubb, I thought he also did a good job as well. Christopher McDonald, I would say he was a lot of fun to watch. I would put this on. Me and my brother would put this on watch, and we would both would just laugh and laugh. Chris McDonald, I thought was just hilarious in this film. Julie Brown, I thought Virginia, I thought she did fine as well. Dennis Dugan, the director, I thought he was fine for what he did in the film as well. Frances Bay, who played his Happy Gilmore's grandma, I thought she was fine as well. Including even Ben Stiller for the little role that he had. Even there was a deleted scene where Happy Gilmore found out what he was doing at the nursing home, so he goes and throws him off the balcony, and he's like, "Oh God, that guy is strong." Richard Kiel as Mr. Larson, I thought he did a good job as well. May he rest in peace. So yeah, overall, I always enjoyed Happy Gilmore. So I say, growing up watching Happy Gilmore, and especially always enjoyed the yeah for the jokes in this film compared to the films that he's done today are much more funnier. The fight between him and Bob Barker it's always been memorable. It's been memorable to a lot of people who have seen Happy Gilmore. Even Bob Barker himself, when he was on The Price is Right, mentioned about him fighting with Adam Sandler before. And so that's always been a memorable fight, and so it's always been such a hilarious fight. And the film was on for about it's 90. It's only 92 minutes, so it's not that long of a film. Goes at a very decent pace. I thought for this film, I thought the humor was funny compared to the humor he's done like from Pixels, Jack and Jill. That's my boy. This humor is much more hilarious than those other films. So, but I always enjoyed Happy Gilmore. I always got a laugh. Wherever I watch a good Adam Sandler film, I could just put this on, or I could put on The Wedding Singer or Billy Madison, or even Bulletproof. I always thought Bulletproof was such an underrated one of his. So, yeah, so that's my review for Happy Gilmore. And I wanted to review other films that came out this year, especially like I said, this film came out at a time when Broken Arrow was around. I really want to review Broken Arrow because I absolutely love that movie for its 20th anniversary. And I don't think even for a Blu-ray, I don't think there's not gonna get a 20th anniversary edition, which is sad to say. Because I would say that's also an underrated action film as well. That doesn't get talked about much, which is sad, because I love Broken Arrow. That's another film that me and my brother always watch all the time together. We always loved watching growing up. So I would love to review that film sometime for its 20th anniversary. So yeah, I would say that because I say that because Happy Gilmore came out like the week after when Broken Arrow was released, and that's why the Broken Arrow beat this film for being number one again. That's why. So yeah. So that's my review for Happy Gilmore. Like I said before, I think it's my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Sad to say, we should go back into the films like he did back in the 90s, I would say. Oh, but, oh well. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned on the next movie review. Later.